Welcome back, everybody. A regulatory filing revealed a slew of changes to Berkshire Hathaway's portfolio in the third quarter. The conglomerate bought 2.4 million shares of T-Mobile in the last quarter. It also took on big positions in pharmaceutical stocks, including AbbVie, Merck, Pfizer, and Bristol-Myers Squibb. In the meantime, Berkshire trimmed its Apple stake by 3.7%. Apple, though, remains Berkshire's biggest equity holding. Berkshire also sold most of its position in JPMORGAN Chase. It cut its stake from 22.2 million shares to less than a million. Berkshire also dialed back its investment in Wells Fargo, M&T Bank, and PNC Financial. And Berkshire cut its relatively new stake in gold miner Barrick Gold by 42%. Joe?
Wish I understood the rationale behind some of those moves.
Which moves?
JPMorgan. I thought this was the time that the banks, have been hurt, and it's above book, unlike some of the other ones, obviously. But I don't know. It seems like we're coming out of something that would be good, huh?
Well, he's built up a huge position in Bank of America. Remember, he's really pushed up his position. Right. He owns more than 11% of that bank
you buy
now.
the mining
I don't think the gold was ever him.
Yeah,
I don't think gold was ever him. I think some of these moves are Todd and Ted.
Who's him? Yeah. Who? What are his moves? And
my guess is the pharmaceuticals were him because it's $5.6 billion. That's a big position, and that's each Todd and Ted each have substantial portfolios, but that would be a massive part of their portfolio. So my guess would be that these moves that we're looking at right here, I would guess, are he and or Charlie. I would guess the T-Mobile is not him. I can't imagine that that's him, but I guess I could be wrong on that. Right. I don't think the gold was him. I think the gold was either Todd or Ted, so I think them moving their position in the chase, a little surprising. PNC Bank, a little surprising. I know he liked both those banks a lot, but he's also really hugely built up his stake in Bank of America, so I don't think it's a step away from financials overall.
And Apple, that's such a small, it's a rounding error.
It's a very small position.
Yeah. All right.
I actually wonder on the Apple if that was even something they did or if that was
like rebalancing.
Sometimes they have moves that they make. I don't even think it's rebalancing. I think at times they end up moving something because one of the portfolios for one of the companies that they control, if you're moving pension funds or something in and out of it. I don't know that, but having not talked to him at all about this, I was surprised to see the Apple move, and my only thought was maybe that was some shuffling somewhere. I'd be surprised if this is the beginning of some move they're making.
Well, the dollar commitment to Apple remains just about exactly. It's up so much that you trim back, 3.5% of your position, and you still have a huge commitment to it.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.